We can control the width and height of an element using the width and height decorations. For the purpose of this lesson, we'll apply various width and height attributes to a div to see the effect. To start, open the HTML file in your folder corresponding to this lesson. The file contains a div in the body and one ID selector div1 which has been applied to div. Let's preview this file in our web browser to see what it looks like. Here we can see the div is 100% width of the content area and 500 pixels in height with a blue background. If we scale the browser window up and down, we can see that the div expands and contracts to suit the size of content area. It always 100% width of the content area. CSS allows different values to be attributed to the width and height decoration. We'll begin with minimum width. Meanwhile, we can use to specify minimum amount of width. Since the width is currently set to 100% of the content area, it will automatically stretch and contract with the browser window as we saw previously. If you want to maintain a minimum fixed width of at least 600 pixels, we can apply the following decorations. Save the file, refresh our browser, and this time you will see that when the browser window becomes smaller than 600 pixels, we get horizontal scroll bar. This is because the div minimum width must be 600 pixels. It will not go below that value. In addition to meanwhile, we also have maximum width or max width. So if we set the maximum width to 800 pixels, I will save the file and refresh the browser. You will notice that the div now does not go beyond 800 pixels. So we have minimum width set 600 and maximum is 800. We can also be set to auto. So let's go ahead and set the width decoration value to auto. And this will make the width of element automatically size to its container. In this case, the div is not nested in another div, so it will expand to the full size of browser's content area. Now, we do have remove the max width decoration. In order to do that, auto decoration work. Once you have saved the file, refresh the browser and you will notice that it now scales to the full width of content area automatically. And you will notice that it now scales to the full width of content area automatically, similar to min width and max width. We also have min height and max height. These values can be stated in pixels or percentage just like the min width and max width. An important difference between the width and height decoration is that setting the height to 100% will not result in your div occupying 100% of your browser's content area. So for example, if we want to change the height here to 100%, save the file, refresh our browser, you will notice that the div disappears. In order to do that, we need to use VH that's available with recent versions of CSS. VH, which stands for viewport height, ensures that the element stretches to the full height 100% of any device viewport. So let's go ahead and change the height value to 100 VH. Save the file and refresh. You can see that It is now 100% of height and 100% of width.